I'm calling the meeting to order. With our agenda posting, we invited members of the public to view a broadcast of this particular meeting, which is live at www.youtube.com/State Bar of Texas. We also provided instructions on how to sign up to speak at today's meeting. Signups were available until 5 p.m. Central yesterday. Members of the public will speak under agenda item 5, and those members of the public joining remotely via Zoom will be in the waiting room until it's their turn to speak. Please note that this meeting will be recorded and the recording will be made available to the public. The State Bar's Executive Director, Trey Apfel, will now call roll.
Director Addy. Director Benish. Judge Brown has an excused absence. Director Browning. Director Bullard. Director Cantu. Director Cavazos. Director Charbonnet. Director Cherry. Director Chiscano. Director Cochran. Director Courageous. Director Culpepper. Director Gomez. Director Grodidier. Director Harris. Director Harrison. Director Hicks. Director Hill. Director Huddleston. Director Castle. Director Kegg. Director Kugler. Senior Justice Learman. Director Linehan. Director Locke. Director Martinez. Director Masri. Judge McClure. Director Mateer. Judge Miller. Director Morales has an excused absence. Director Wynn. Director Nicholson. Director Perez. Director Pineda. Director Popoff has an excused absence. Director Pratt. Director Quadros. Director Rod. Director Sloan. Director Spaniel. Director Stafford. Director Stelly. Director Tabuada. Director Thiagi Rajan. Director Tisdale. Director Tobin has an excused absence. Director Vargas. Director Vasquez. Director Venzor. Director Voss. Director Weinstein. Director Wooten. Director Work. Director Rampelmeyer. Director Wynn. Justice Young. Madam Chair, we have a quorum.
I'll now call on Craig Cherry to deliver the invocation.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good morning, everyone. If you would please bow your heads in prayer. Dear Heavenly God, we are thankful for this day that you have given us, for its blessings, its opportunities, and its challenges. We pray we are ever mindful of opportunities to render our service to this board, the attorneys in this great state, and the communities that we serve. As we move forward this year together as a board, may we appreciate the responsibility we are entrusted with to work with Steve, Paul, and Trey to build a better bar for all of our members. We pray for strength and guidance for each day as it comes and for each day's duties to our bar. May we be challenged as leaders to give our best, and may we be assured of your presence with us always. For this we pray. Amen.
I'll now call on Director Culpepper to lead the board in the pledge to the United States and Texas flags. Thank you.
So just quickly, when I place my hand over my heart and pledge allegiance to the flags, I'm reminded that I'm not just pledging loyalty to my country and state. I'm recommitting myself to doing everything I can to make those places better, to improve justice and people's perception of it, to find solutions rather than just creating problems, and to stand strong for liberty and justice for all. I am so proud to stand in a room among all of you who are committed to that as well. So please face the American flag and join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And our Texas flag. honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you for those remarks and for leading us in the pledges. We're now going to turn to item 5, which is remarks from the general public. I believe we have one public member here to speak. So any member of the public joining us in person who wishes to speak should sign one of these blue sign-in cards and return it to the staff. If there's a specific topic of discussion or agenda item that you want to speak on, please list that on the card. Again, if any members of the public have signed up to speak with us remotely via Zoom, you will remain in the waiting room until it's your turn to speak, and I will then call on you. Every speaker is given 3 minutes to speak on the agenda item or other topic, and we'll notify you when your time is complete. That time does go so quickly, and I hope that it gives you sufficient time to share what you want to share with us today. Anybody in the Zoom waiting room? Okay. At this time, I'll call Ms. Hayes to the microphone to speak for 3 minutes. Thank you for being here today.
I drove all the way from Austin because of the importance of this. This has got to do with judicial corruption, attorney corruption, law enforcement corruption surrounding domestic violence. I've had my medical records stolen twice, medical records never used, even though I had been to the emergency room the same day. My attorneys were covering up domestic violence and had been my ex-sister-in-law's attorney and never should have been allowed. The judge was guilty of malpractice. My uncle, who was an attorney, let me know this, and I tried finding another attorney after my first attorney, Kevin Prendergast, refused to use any of my files and recused himself on the day that I was supposed to be divorced. The next attorney ended up working for my ex's family, refused to call witnesses. They had stolen my medical records before my first divorce hearing, and this has been ongoing. They ended up using friends and family members that were close to me as they threatened them, bribed them, and I'm afraid there were 2 people that were actually murdered as a result of all of this who had helped me and had volunteered, said, I will help them no matter what. Well, again, last year, my medical records were stolen. I was involved in a personal injury case. They settled it without my agreement and were trying to use Rule 11 to force me into signing everything. I wanted to appeal. Neither Judge Crump or Judge Meacham would allow me to speak fully, and the corruption that is involving trying to keep my medical records out of the courts because I had Arnold Chiari malformation, had been misdiagnosed as having epilepsy for 45 years, when in fact I had drug allergies, and I ended up with neurosurgery at the National Institute of Health, never got full child support, never got spousal support, even though I had not worked a full-time job in 20 years. They kept me from going back to radiology school because the technology had changed, stole my photography work and videos, and I went from being a millionaire to being homeless at this current time. This has to stop. I was a Miss Texas Teen pageant contestant, the very first one 42 years ago in this hotel. Nobody should have to go through this. My kids are not even able to speak to me. My son's boot camp letters were stolen. He is now a state trooper, but he is still fearful of blackmail. I have the defamation of character, telling people that I'm a crazy woman with a gun. Don Bonin and Richard Bonin have assisted in this, interfered with my schooling, every place I have worked and lived. So no victim should have to go through this, and laws need to be changed, and attorneys and judges need to be held accountable.
Thank you so much for sharing your story with us and for making the drive. Your time is up, but thank you again. We do appreciate it.
Thank you.
I believe we've now heard from every member of the public who signed up to speak, and the public comment period is now closed. closed. It's now time to hand over the gavel to my successor. And as I'm talking, I'll ask you, Senior Justice Lehrman and Paul Stafford, to rise. Senior Justice Lehrman to come up to the podium. I'm so fortunate to have worked with you already for some time, and I've watched you prepare for this role so thoughtfully and diligently as you do approach everything else in your life, it seems. I know you're going to serve so well, and I'm excited to see you up here as chair. Thank you so much for standing up to serve, stepping up, and for putting so much thought and energy into it already. Thank you.
Well, it is my distinct privilege to be able to swear this wonderful person in as chairman of the board. He's going to have big shoes to fill, but I certainly know that he can do it well. I've had the honor of knowing Paul for many, many, many years, being from Fort Worth, being my home, and Dallas and Fort Worth are, of course, like this. So this is truly an honor. Thank you. I, Paul Stafford,
I, Paul Stafford,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I will faithfully execute the duties
that I will faithfully execute the duties
of the office of Chair of the State Bar of Texas
of the office of Chair of the State Bar of Texas
and will, to the best of my ability,
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve,
preserve,
protect,
protect,
and defend the Constitution and the laws of the United States
the Constitution and the laws of the United States
and of Texas.
and of Texas.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I'm going to present you with the chair's gavel now and wish you good luck.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair. That sounded very ominous. I just wanted to make sure it worked. I have a script. I'm going to stay on it. I'm going to go off of it. And I'm going to say, thank you. Thank you to Senior Justice Lehrman and Kennan, I guess now immediate past chair, Kennan Wooten, and to the board of directors. It's a great honor. It's, if you look at it a certain way, a different kind of honor, given our history as a bar association. I am not lost on the moment. Others have brought a moment to me so that it's not lost. But I believe that when you are chairing this august body, you have to realize that you have to try to maintain the integrity of the institution that transcends you. And so, as I look at some of the guests and all of the board, I realize that I'm just a steward. And so I took an oath. I took an oath now, and I took an oath 30 years ago. I took an oath to honestly demean myself. I'm gonna honestly demean myself. I didn't know what that meant, but this is honestly demeaning as a servant leader, and we define it daily. And so what I'll say is, we've all worked really hard to get where we are, each of us, whether we're at this podium or not. And I'm going to do all that I can to maintain the integrity of this body and of this bar, and my respect for each of you. I wanted to thank my wife, Nikki, for putting up with me I wanted to thank and acknowledge my daughters, Cameron, Kendall, and Chelsea, that are here today. Cameron's boyfriend, Ben. Hi, Ben. Oh, I wanted to acknowledge my nephew, James, who's a rising 2L at Southern University School of Law. And all the past presidents and guests, and all the people that have supported me along the way. Special acknowledgement to Jerry Alexander. Thank you, Jerry. And special acknowledgement to past President Frank Stevenson. Thank you, Frank. Thank you for everything. I appreciate this, and let's get about the business of the bar. So, you filled out a bunch of forms saying what committees you wanted to be on, and we actually read them. And then we figured out where you wanted to be and where you needed to be. And at your place is a list of appointments and board committees, as well as liaison appointments to sections and standing committees. We worked with Steve, Kennan, and Trey for several hours to make the best appointments we could that were appropriate for you and for the bar, to give an opportunity to serve in a way that you had asked and in a way that we need, and to ensure that we did what I said earlier, which is to maintain the integrity of this bar. Please remember that all the committees and sections are important, even though there may be some that are unfamiliar to you, and you say, well, I didn't sign up for this. It's important. You're on it for a reason. And I hope you're pleased, and I look forward to working with you. And if you're not pleased, just go see Trey. Remember, we have a board retreat on July 24th in Houston. It's the biennial board retreat, which precedes the local bar leader conference. I'm going to say something odd. Do not register for the local bar leader conference. Do not register. The board retreat is a very important time for directors to get to know each other while working on strategic planning and other issues. Please make plans to attend the board retreat, July 24th. Also, directors should not register for the local bar leader conference online. If you already did so, please see Jennifer Reams or let her know that you have. Directors should register for the local bar leader conference using the form that Jennifer sent last week. So register. Register for the bar leaders conference. Just don't do it online. Go see Jennifer. I'm going to say go see Jennifer a lot. I'm going to go see Tammy a lot too. So at this point, Senior Justice Learman, will you please come back? Come back, Justice Learman, please. And we're going to have the swearing in of our new president-elect, Santos Vargas. And then the 2024-2025 incoming board of directors will be sworn as well. Santos, would you please come forward?
Thank you again so very much. And this is indeed a pleasure as well. I've had the honor of knowing Santos for many years, and a lot that was on the campaign trail, as Justice Young had talked about yesterday at our new orientation. He truly is a man of honor. He's a man of integrity. He went through so much because, you know, we had changed the rules whereby, you know, trying to become president-elect, you had to go through the entire state of Texas traveling, and it started in September rather than January. That's a long time. A lot of effort and resources, emotion, money, et cetera, was put into that. So it is indeed my honor to be able to do this today for this wonderful man.
Yes, or at least pose.
I, Santos Vargas,
I, Santos Vargas,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully
the
execute
duties of the office of President-elect
the duties of the office of President-elect
of the State Bar of Texas,
of the State Bar of Texas,
and will do to the best of my ability, preserve,
and will to the best of my ability preserve,
protect,
protect,
and defend
and defend
the Constitution and the laws of the United States
the Constitution and the laws of the United States
and of Texas,
and of Texas.
so help me God.
So help me God. Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Yep. I'm going to give Santos the opportunity to have some remarks. I wanted to say a few words. He's former chair of the State Bar Board of Directors. He was co-chair of the Texas Bar Journal Board of Editors and past president of both the San Antonio Bar Association and the San Antonio Young Lawyers Association. Santos has practiced for nearly 20 years and is an equity partner at Davis & Santos, PLLC, where he focuses on estate and trust litigation, fiduciary litigation, and business litigation matters. He's also a friend, and he's also a really good person. And so I'm going to get out of the way and let Santos speak to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chair, and thank you everyone here. I just want to start off by expressing how incredibly grateful I am for the opportunity to be standing here in front of all of you, my friends, a lot of people who I consider my family, as your next president-elect. So thank you so much. I'll tell you a little bit about my journey to get here. Starting off, whenever I was asked to come and interview to be one of the candidates for State Bar President-elect, and when I did that, when I was asked to interview, I didn't even think to look up how many lawyers my hometown of San Antonio had in comparison with the other big cities where other potential candidates would come from. Well, that really didn't turn out to be my smartest move, because by the time that I got around to looking up the numbers, I'd already been selected as one of the nominees, and the State Bar had blasted my name out to every lawyer in the state of Texas. So I was in, and the what did I just get myself into factor got very, very real for me. But I thought about how much I love the State Bar of Texas, how much I care for all of you, and how much I love the profession that we all are privileged to practice in. And I decided to put everything I had into winning that race. And those 8 months on the campaign trail, away from my wife, away from my children, away from my practice, were often hard and very lonely, except that Steve Benish always happened to be wherever I was at. So I had that. Thank you, Steve. Love you, Steve. But by the grace of God and with a lot of dedication and hard work and the help of some really amazing friends and my incredible wife, Patty Vargas, and my 3 children, I was able to pull it off. And I promise to put the same level of dedication and hard work that I put into the campaign, into serving the profession, serving the State Bar as your president-elect. And I want to thank you all. And I want to tell you, I can't wait to accomplish some incredibly amazing things for the profession and for the practice with all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Okay, now I ask all the new directors who are joining the board this year to come forward, including new elected directors, liaisons, and section reps.
Oh, wait, are they going to be over there or? Okay, yeah. Okay, well, you all have big shoes to fill, but am certain that you're going to do it with integrity and with dedication and with hard work for the great people of this great state, doing what lawyers do. It's so important, and I can't wait to work with all of you, so call me anytime. Please raise your right hand. And when I say my name, you say your name. Okay? I, Deborah Lehrman, do solemnly swear or affirm that I will faithfully execute the duties of the office of director of the State Bar of Texas and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and the laws of the United States and of Texas, so help me God. Congratulations.
Congratulations to all our new directors, liaisons, section reps. To Steve Benish, I'd like for you to approach, please. Steve is our incoming president of the State Bar of Texas, who will take the oath of office tomorrow. We want to present you with traditional rosewood gavel. It's symbolic of your leadership and great opportunity and responsibility we have as we work together for our profession and the public. We are blessed to be Texas lawyers and to be officers of the court, and we take that responsibility seriously. We look forward to working with you. Steve, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Well, I don't get sworn in until tomorrow, so this is just another day in paradise as president-elect of the State Bar. So I will introduce myself, as I have for the last 364 days, and a privilege to do so. My name is Steve. I'm from Drippin, and I serve at the pleasure of the president of the State Bar of Texas, Cindy Tisdale. I will, because tomorrow is the big hoo-ha for me, I'm from Drippin, we say hoo-ha there, sorry. I'm gonna wait until tomorrow to give my remarks for fear that if I make them today and am redundant tomorrow, that I will hear a whisper from Justice Lehrman or Justice Young. Let's move along, counselor. So allow me to simply say how truly excited and humbled I am for the opportunity not only to serve shoulder to shoulder with everyone that's up here on both sides, but to serve shoulder to shoulder with all of you, all of us together, as we do the great work of the State Bar of Texas, the great work of the legal profession for our clients, all the citizens of Texas, for their betterment and for the resolution of their legal needs. Had a senior moment there. And so I am indeed very excited. So let me just provide two individual remarks. First of all, to immediate past Chair Wooten, such a pleasure to have served with you this last year, and I'm so excited that immediate past chair is a position on this board and that you will continue to serve. I'm humbled to have served with you, and thank you so much.
Executive Director Apfel, what a pleasure to serve with you and to have known you as friend for so many years. And so I look forward to continuing to serve with you and even more to continue to serve with Karen Apfel. To Chair Stafford, again, our friendship is more newly forged, but it is a fast one indeed, and I enjoy the opportunity to serve with you for the next 2 years and to work alongside each other. President-elect, this is the one day of the year where there are 2 president-elects, believe it or not. President-elect Santos Vargas, congratulations on your election, well earned. Believe me, I know, well earned. And I'm so excited for you and for Patty and look forward to the opportunity to serve with you. To President Cindy Tisdale and in the back, immediate past President Laura Gibson. Oh man, this is you both have been such friends and mentors to me. And I cannot overstate how meaningful your wise hand and counsel has been to me and how much it will continue to be. And so I am so thankful for both of you. Okay, second to last, Jen in the back. No, not Jennifer Reams. There is one other Jennifer in my life. My wonderful wife, Jennifer Benish, the best human being I've ever met in my life. She only made one bad decision her whole life when she said, I do, but I've gone with it. I am so thankful for to have you as my partner, as my love, as my best friend, as my companion on this journey, not only through my profession, but through life. I love you more than you know. And finally, to my Lord, to our Lord, I'm thankful for the blessing of this opportunity to serve. We are on this earth to serve others, to address need, to reduce suffering, to be there for others when they need somewhere there for them. And I'm just blessed for this opportunity. And I commit to you, I will work in earnest so that all of us, as servants of the Almighty above, can serve to His glory. And thank you all very much for your time.
Okay. Any comments from directors at this time? Open-ended. Now we'll hear from our Executive Director, Trey Apfel.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. First of all, good morning and congratulations to all of our new directors. Just a moment that I can take to recognize Kennon Wooten. Kennon, it's been an honor and a privilege to serve as your wingman at all of these board meetings this past year. The best attribute a wingman has is to know when he or she is needed and when he or she is not. And if you're not, you stay out of the way. And all I had to do this year was stay out of the way because she had this. She was born for this role, has done a tremendous job. She was always available when needed. She gave us wise counsel along the way, and she has been another set of eyes and ears for us at the State Bar, and we are forever grateful, and I am forever grateful. Chair Wooten, thank you very much. Next, congratulations to our chair, Paul Stafford, and to our new president-elect, Santos Vargas. And I want you to look up here. And can I tell you, I have my hands full. Right? So I do, and I'm going to need some help. So as a segue to that, so I call roll every board meeting. And for you second and third year directors, you've heard me make these comments before, but hopefully it'll be a good reminder for everyone. But as you all sit out there and you see leadership up at the front, we are seated up here in the front of the room and we're looking out at our board. And when I call roll, I don't take it for granted. I have said before, you know, it's sort of a ministerial act, right? Well, I get chills down my spine. And I do that because as I sit here, I'm seeing our 46 voting members, 30 elected, 17 from geographic regions from across the state, 3 state bar officers and 3 TYLA officers. Many of you are board certified in at least one specialty area, and many of you are Texas super lawyers. We have 15 non-voting ex officio members who also serve on the board: past chair, general counsel, chief disciplinary counsel, executive director, and liaisons representing state bar sections, out-of-state members, and multiple levels of the judiciary. Not only do you attend our quarterly board meetings and board committee meetings, and you serve as advisors to sections and standing committees, but many of you are active in local, regional, or specialty bar associations across the state, and you go out of your way to meet your constituents. And you do so without pay, sacrificing billable hours and special family time, all because you're committed to serving the more than 114,000 lawyers of Texas and the more than 31 million citizens of Texas. That's what I see when I call roll. Our directors don't always agree, but you're always civil and you're always respectful. Sometimes directors have different priorities, and that's good. But you're all committed to the bar's core principles of self-regulation, public protection, and the rule of law. And working together, our board ensures that the State Bar of Texas fulfills our statutory responsibilities as the administrative arm of the judicial branch of government. And we serve at the behest of the Supreme Court. That is self-governance in action. Accountants don't have that right. Doctors and dentists don't have that right. We have the right to vote on the people who represent us, the rules that govern us, and the dues that we pay for the right and privilege to practice law, all under the umbrella of a unified state bar. Do not ever take that for granted. This system has worked well for over 80 years and counting. That's due in part to the 60 volunteers who make up this board and the hundreds of men and women who came before you. I look forward to your leadership. Thank you.
Thank you, Executive Director Trey Apfel. Are there any comments from directors? Tony Nguyen.
Not Tammy.
Yes.
Hi, Tony Nguyen from Austin, Texas. I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm honored and privileged to be here and serving under together with your leadership. May marked 45 years when my father and mother took me and my brother on a small fishing boat to escape Vietnam. So it's been amazing. It was a great marker and it changed my life. It was a pivotal moment in my life, and I am now living the American dream, and I'm so privileged to be here. I would have never imagined reaching, my parents would never imagine reaching where I am today, and so I'm privileged to be here with all of you and to serve with all of you, and I truly agree with you, would warm my heart that I hope that we can make a difference because others have made a difference in my life and my family's life, and that's how we got here. So I'm very privileged and honored to be here and to serve with you. That's all I wanted to say.
Thank you, Director Nguyen. Any other comments from directors? Next up, TYLA President Hisham Masri.
Thank you, Chair Stafford, and howdy, y'all. It is such a privilege to be standing here in service of you all and the great state of Texas, and our state bar and our Texas lawyers. But I really must start by telling you that I am terrified. If you've asked me in the last year, I would tell you I have a ton of fear, and I think that fear is important. It is a reminder of that what we do and how we do it and the people that we serve are important. It's a reminder about the true privilege to be really standing here amongst all of you, and it's a promise to serve you well. So, on to lighter things. So, if you know me, and I'm going to do my best not to get too emotional, so I might avoid eye contact with some of y'all. Good tip. So, if you know me at all, you know that I love games, and I play them nearly daily. Any game will do, and I think games really provide us an avenue as lawyers to teach us some important lessons. And so that's what I'm going to be focusing on this year. And the first lesson I think that I want to focus on is the value of community. When writing this speech, I was reminded of a line from the game League of Legends, that together we are strong. League of Legends is a strategy game involving two teams of 5 unique heroes where you're competing to achieve victory. A single missing hero from a fight or from any of the instances can really jeopardize the entire team's efforts to really achieve victory. So each member must contribute their unique skills and work in unison to achieve that and to win. And I find a lot of similarities to the heroes in League of Legends to the TYLA board. We're unified with a single vision about what we do. We have a solid understanding. We have a solid understanding of how and what we do to achieve that victory. And we're comprised of a unique team with everyone with their unique skills. And we are working together, we can accomplish tremendous things. And just every hero must do their part in the game. We too need the support of our team to fulfill the mission of the State Bar of Texas and serve this great state. So we will work together to create extraordinary projects that strengthen our legal community and inspire the next generation of great lawyers. To that end, and with the help of the TYLA Chair Courtney White, our law schools, the TYLA Board of Directors, the State Bar of Texas, our local affiliates, our judiciary, and all of our communities, we will work together to strengthen the bar for all of us. To assist our forthcoming lawyers, we're creating programs that provide practical practice advice, a guide on how to create teen court programs, and our Young Gunners podcast will feature interviews with successful lawyers and their stories on the path to success in the practice of law. To support our local membership, we'll create easy-to-understand replicate projects. We'll conduct local affiliate outreach programs, conduct roadshows throughout the states, and endeavor to visit each of our Texas law schools. We hope to be everywhere for everyone. For our signature project this year, with a generous grant from the Texas Bar Foundation, we'll create a comprehensive website for current and future law students on all of the facets of attending law school, from admissions, financial aid, the LSAT, and everything else that we had to do to get into law school. And on the other half, we will assist current law students on how to be successful in law school. How do you get a job? What are outlines? How to compete in advocacy competitions and the values and benefits of law review, and how to study and pass the bar exam. As a first-generation lawyer, I didn't have access to a lot of these things, and my hope is to really help the next generation of lawyers so that they don't have the same struggles that we did when we were growing up. And of course, TYLA does and will continue to support many of its best and continuing projects. I am personally most excited about the 50th year anniversary for our national trial competition and our state moot court competition. It's an incredible privilege to do all this alongside Steve and Trey and our state bar leadership. So on behalf of the TYLA board and our Texas Young Lawyers, thank you for your service and helping us achieve victory this year. We're grateful for the continued support for the next generation of Texas lawyers. I am grateful to serve as your TYLA president. And, as is customary when starting any game, I wish you all good luck and have fun. Thanks, y'all.
Game on, Hisham. Any comments from directors? Okay.
Thank you for no questions.
Thank you, thank you. Now we'll hear from our General Counsel, Ross Fisher.
Thank you. Good morning. For those of you that just took the oath, congratulations and welcome aboard. I want to follow up on something that we talked about at the new director's orientation yesterday. You will be filling out your personal financial statement, many of you for the first time in the coming days. If you have questions, please reach out to me. Consider me a resource on that. As I mentioned at the last meeting, I think I filled out a PFS for 14 of the last 20 years. Sometimes I even got it right. Last year, the Ethics Commission audited my PFS, so that was a fun experience. So I feel like I'm well suited to answer questions. The first time you navigate it can be kind of tough, but after the first time it gets easier. So let me know if I can help. Welcome aboard. Thanks.
Thank you, Ross Fisher. Any comments from directors? Okay, now we'll hear from our Chief Legal Counsel, Chris Ritter.
All of you heard my public report yesterday, so the update I want to give will be in closed session.
Any comments from directors about the report, non-report by Chris Ritter? Hearing no comments. At this time, I see it as 9:47 a.m. and the State Bar Board of Directors will now recess the open meeting and reconvene in closed session pursuant to Texas Government Code Section 551.071 for purpose of consulting with legal counsel regarding Boudreaux versus Louisiana State Bar Association, Turnbull versus Commission for Lawyer Discipline et al., Washington versus State Bar of Texas et al., Yan versus State Bar of Texas et al. In federal court, Butler v. State Bar of Texas et al., Robbins versus State Bar of Texas et al., Turnbull versus Commission for Lawyer Discipline et al. In Travis County, legal matters related to 1415 Lavaca, Austin, Texas, and as authorized by Texas Government Code Section 551.074 to deliberate regarding personnel matters. With the exception of board liaisons and section representatives, all other individuals, including non-essential staff and other guests, need to excuse themselves, please, from the closed session. We will notify the public when we are 5 minutes out from returning to open session. The recording has resumed. It is 10:09 a.m. And the open session of the Board of Directors meeting will now reconvene. During the closed session, only matters relating to consultation with legal counsel regarding Boudreaux v. Louisiana State Bar Association, Turnbull v. Commission for Lawyer Discipline et al. In federal court, Washington versus State Bar of Texas et al., Yan versus State Bar of Texas et al., Butler versus State Bar of Texas et al., Robbins v. State Bar of Texas et al., Turnbull versus Commissioners for Lawyer Discipline et al. In Travis County, Texas, legal matters relating to 1415 Lavaca in Austin, Texas, and as authorized by Texas Government Code Section what? 551.074 to deliberate regarding personnel matters. No action was taken in closed session. Now, I'll ask Director Matthew Hill to come forward and lead us in the State Bar of Texas mission statement.
Good morning, directors. We're ending early, so let's start saying what we should be focusing on the balance of this year and all bar years. The mission of the State Bar of Texas is to support the administration of the legal system, assure all citizens equal access to justice, foster high standards of ethical conduct for lawyers, enable its members to better serve their clients and the public, educate the public about the rule of law, and promote diversity, justice, and practice of law. Thank you, everyone.
Is there a director who wishes to make a motion to adjourn? That would be Director Mateer. Is there a second? Okay. Craig Sherry.